Hey, howdy, hey, you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of beavers. Wolfman47 here. Excuse me. So, last week, Clank Zoka invited me to go out to see this film called Hundreds of Beavers. This is a film that's been out on Blu-ray for some time now, since 2022, but Clank Zoka, being Clank Zoka, wanted the cinema experience, so it was funny enough showing at the Arts Picture House that we have here in the town we live in. And as it turns out, the film's going on tour with with one of the main actors doing a Q&A, which we decided to go to and participate in. So there was a merchandise stall, there was a bit of an introduction and an ending with the actor doing the Q&A, and it was all good fun. So the film. Let's talk about the film. Now, the film itself has got a particularly interesting visual style. You see, it looks like the sort of film that you'd probably see from way before my time. So think of films like the ones that Laurel and Hardy have done, the ones Charlie Chaplin has done, and obviously Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, etc. It's basically that sort of film. It's a slapstick comedy with a bit of furries into the mix, and it's basically about a guy that loses his apple cider business and sets out to find a way to gain some recognition again, eventually leading him into hunting down a lot of different animals, specifically beavers, but also other animals such as rabbits, wolves, and various other critters. So yeah. The film is an hour and 40 or so minutes long. It's basically plays out like a typical silent film with slapstick comedy thrown in. Not a lot of talking, some sexual innuendos, and basically things that you can probably get away with in a 12A film, because it's rated 12A here in the UK. And it's really good fun. It's definitely one of the funniest films I've seen in a long time, and definitely one that I feel we should see more of, instead of, because it's all well and good making all these big grand blockbuster films with lots of exposition, guns, explosions, and everything, but sometimes you have to appreciate that some of us do like films that have a particular visual style to them, which this one definitely does. It's a very nostalgic film for me, because I am a big fan of Laurel and Hardy, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, and other slapstick comedies from way before my time. So this was definitely right up my alley, even though it was released in 2022. I do very much enjoy it. I think it's very funny. I think the main guy that plays the main character in the film, I can't sort of get over the fact that of his voice, because he says "of course" like in such a very grand way. It's like, "Of course." Yeah, he's got quite a good voice, one that definitely projects very well, even though he's not really talking much in the film itself. But nevertheless, he is quite a character, I must say. So yeah, it's definitely something. And one thing I do particularly like about the film is that the guy doesn't really bother with the beavers to begin with, because he's just trying to get through life and just trying to get over the fact that his apple cider business has gone downhill, and he's trying to please this guy who has this daughter who will only give him certain items if he hunts down certain animals and critters and everything. And eventually it gets to the point where we realise that the Beavers are actually building something quite major and over the top, and it gets to the point where the guy does eventually have to take down Beavers, because the original hunter guy, who is a Father Christmas sort of character, or Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him, something happens to him. Spoilers. And he has to, and this guy has to set up the traps and everything. It's quite funny because the guy that we follow, he does do a lot of wacky, crazy, and over the top things. Like he climbs up trees, falls down trees, hits all sorts of different things. Gets his foot stabbed into something, and all sorts of things. He's basically pretty beaten up for the most part, and yet, despite the few times where he actually does show a bit of flesh, he's quite muscular. So those few ladies or men into men, you'll get a bit of eye candy there with the guy. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a very funny film. Definitely one to watch if you're in need of that sort of time where you need to laugh at something because you're going through a tough time or whatever. I personally think it's a really good film, and it definitely not only reminded me of the slapstick comedies that I mentioned, but it also reminds me of all sorts of different video games as well. So the guy during the Q&A, the guy said that this film was inspired loosely by Super Mario Galaxy 2, not Galaxy 1. Apparently Galaxy 1's not Galaxy 1, according to him, is like the worst of the two, but I'm not sure, because they're both pretty good in my opinion, having played them previously. You've also got, and he's also said that there's some that is inspired by role playing games as well, and I can kind of see the sort of role playing element to that. Mario and Luigi, the Final Fantasy games, and other things as well. So yeah, I think it's a really good film. It's definitely worth a watch if you get the chance to. It's currently, at the time of this upload, I believe it's still currently on tour. So if you want to check out the film in the cinemas, do that. Or if you don't have the time to, then just buy the Blu-ray, because it is out on Blu-ray in all good retailers. So yeah, and this definitely isn't a sponsorship when I say that. So yeah, Hundreds of Beavers. It's I've got no issues with it, so I'm giving it a 10 out of 10, because it's a funny film. It's a film that's definitely needed for those that do need to laugh at something while going through a difficult time. And it's definitely going to be one of my go-to films going forward when I'm going through a tough time and I need something to laugh at. So yeah, and it's definitely much better made than some of the other things I tend to watch when I need something to laugh at, for sure. Definitely love the visual style, love the comedy and everything, and yeah, go check it out. So yeah. So that's what I think about Hundreds of Beavers, the film, not actual Hundreds of Beavers. If you've seen it, I'd love to know what you think about it, so do leave your thoughts in the comments. And the tour dates are available somewhere on the internet. I'll see if I can find a link to put into the description to sort of tell you when it's coming to your neighbourhood. It's currently touring in the UK at the moment, so yeah, do keep an eye out. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And for those of you that are new to the channel and want to know what I do before, you can click the subscribe button. I do vlogs like this where I review things, do top 10s or more or less, look at what if scenarios, explore the multiverse, explore different characters, explore different pop culture controversies, and do hauls, rant about life, and do all sorts of things. So that's what I do. And if you like gaming, I'm also a gamer. I do gameplay videos and let's play videos. Gameplay videos being without commentary, but you see some editing and memes thrown in for good measure. And let's plays being where you get to hear me talk and basically crack jokes and so forth and everything. You all know what let's plays are. It's quite a popular thing on YouTube. So yeah, and I do that I do both either solo or with someone. And usually I do a long two long playthroughs of two games one week, and then long playthroughs of two other games the following week. And then that's followed by a random let's play video and a random vlog after that. And then the rest of the week I do different vlogs and so forth. So yeah, if I feel like I can. So yeah, see you in the next one. Peace to you all, And if you find yourself in a situation where there's a lot of beavers around, a lot of critters around, and you just need to eat, then do what it takes to eat. Because although some of us do follow that rule of no killing, no matter what, you got to eat. So it's survival of the fittest and all that. So sometimes you have to abandon your morals and principles to just eat and everything. And remember to never underestimate a beaver, because you never know, they might do things to you that will scar you for life. So yeah, all right, toodles.